Good morning, everybody. Excited to start off this week, especially being at home. If you follow women's basketball here at San Diego State, you know that we are much better when we play on our home floor. So excited to get back and play on Wednesday, and going to pick up and try to take this show on the road when we go to Colorado State on Saturday. So kids are playing really, really well right now, shooting the ball really well. We've worked really hard in the summer to improve our three-point shooting, and it's starting to pay off. What I'm most proud about with our student athletes right now on our team is we have almost 5 in double-digit scoring averaging in conference, and I think that's been the difference for us as we've been successful because we have multiple people that can score the ball. So that's been huge, and obviously the addition of the three-point shot has helped us. So excited about where we're headed. This league is super, super competitive, and anybody can win on any given night, kind of like the men's side. So the Mountain West is going to be an exciting conference tournament this year because it's very similar. We're all kind of bunched up with 4 wins, so we're all kind of battling. So exciting time for Mountain West basketball.
Where's the program now when you took it on as today as we sit here?
Well, when we first started, I had a bunch of kids that could defend. So we started and we couldn't score very well, but we can defend. And now it's kind of the other way around. Not saying we can't defend, but we definitely need to improve in that area. But where it's changed is the way we shoot the ball. Like I said, we worked really hard in the offseason. I challenged them to make 10,000 threes in 10 weeks. And it's definitely starting to come together now. And, we've never really had a healthy team or a complete team this season. We had one lady that was sitting out because due to the NCAA transfer rules, and then I had multiple injuries kind of hit us at different times, so we've never had a really healthy team. And right now, we're almost there, knock on wood, where everybody's back and able to contribute. So I think you're going to see an even better team moving forward. But the difference is we can shoot the ball a little better now.
How tough was it for you coming in when you took over the program, and what Beth had done? Here you take over and you got to get to where you want to be, kind of where Beth was.
Sure.
How it's a baby steps type of thing. I'm sure there's people out there who go, what happened to the women's program? How tough was that for you to kind of build off of what she had kind of created here?
Extremely difficult. The most important thing that was the most challenging is she graduated 5 seniors in her last year here. So when we took over here 4 years ago, there wasn't a lot left with experience. There was great players still here, but none that really had any experience. She graduated 2 pros that went on to play in the WNBA. So what was left was talented basketball players, but just without any experience. So it did take us a while to get going. Now the maturation process is apparent. Those kids are now seniors, and Ariel Bostic, who is leading us as far as assists and even rebounds in her little 5'2" frame. It just took some time for us to mature and for them to kind of change the way they were used to playing. A different style of ball. She was very successful here, but we wanted to play a little more of an up-tempo, offensive-minded game. So it's been different, but it's been fun to watch them grow, and then recruiting some other kids to help plug those holes that we had early on, and you can kind of see that now. That group is now grown up and now juniors, and you can see that's why we're having some success.
What do you credit the home court success opposed to on the road where you guys struggled a little bit more in playing so well here at Viejas?
Maybe the comfortability of just being at home, not having to travel. We have a great crowd that follows us. We're not selling out like the men are, but they're loud. So it's nice to play in front of people that really care about women's basketball. And I think this just being they practice here, they're comfortable here, and unfortunately, they don't have that when we go on the road. So I joke with them, and I'm going to petition the conference to see if we can just play all our games at home, see if they'll go for that. But I think it's the crowd. I think it's them sharing the ball. We do a much better job at home sharing the ball. If you go back and look at our stats, you can see that we're in the high teens, and even in the last game with 24 assists means we're sharing the ball. So being able to take that mindset on the road is what's going to help us, I think, going forward, understanding that not one person has to do it by themselves. We have 5 kids that can score on the floor at all times, so making sure we utilize that.
How's Coach Fisher talked about the Jam Center as far as helping with recruiting. We've talked about it from the men's standpoint, but from the women's, how has it helped you, and how do you see it will help you in the future?
It has been a wonderful asset to our program. As you alluded to, obviously recruiting, it's one of the nicest buildings that I've ever seen, and I've worked at some big-time universities. So just the recruiting piece puts us on an even playing field with some of the Pac-12 and bigger conferences schools. Now, where it's helped us is what I alluded to earlier, is it allows us to have access to a gym 24/7, and our kids took advantage of it this summer and in the off season, putting up all those threes and putting up all those shots and really spending time working on their game. And that has been the biggest benefit of the Jam Center so far.